working hand in hand with the company, started to magnify the social outcomes. So even in our distribution, we sell to schools and opt-in and opt-out programs for their school fees, for example. We can actually measure health outcomes, measure educational outcomes in our distribution through the company. So we can create larger and larger impact in a sustainable way. We're not there yet, but we're getting there.
I want to give the audience some time to ask some questions, but just as I transition to that, I wanted just to hear from the two of you. Quickly, in one word, do you think systems such as this is the future for Africa?
Personally, I definitely do. I think a lot of NGOs are looking at ways to make their work more effective and efficient. Certainly Toaston is doing that right now. Instead of having 50 different projects, we're saying, look, we have a program that really works. We have 3 years of holistic, non-formal education, information that you need to know about democracy and leadership, about hygiene and health, problem solving, literacy we teach literacy through SMS texting, how to do a feasibility study, how to manage your projects. This is such important information for girls who haven't been to school. The majority in West Africa have not been to school or have dropped out at 12 or 13 years old. And so we're saying this is a model that is working. So instead of trying to go to many different donors to fund different parts of this, look at it as an investment in a program over 3 years so that we have the same indicators, we have the same reports so that we don't have to do 50 different reports to 50 different donors, which becomes really hard and requires lots of overhead. And also we're doing a training center now in Chest in order to share our model with other NGOs, with others who are interested, other academics who would like to learn from both the theory of our program and the way we implement it and why we think that there is so much social transformation going on, not only ending female genital cutting, but child marriage and violence against women, and so that people can come visit the communities, meet with the villagers themselves and see how this has happened. But this, like Megan says, can be also a business. And we're looking at how we can do this in a way that will help to bring in money to support our efforts to reach millions more in West Africa and eventually in East Africa also.
And Dio, what is some of the new ideas that you could bring to this audience regarding what you've learned about your work?
I think these are really not new ideas. It's about being honest about what is the real issue, and that is keeping the barriers to human dignity alive. So if we can remove those barriers, let people have the knowledge that we all have available to them, and make sure that they are empowered, they are asked what is important to them, as opposed to, I'm going to do this for you, or that, which is frankly so insulting and humiliating when you talk to a mother who knows exactly what is needed for that mother. You talk about, oh, this is what you need to do when she's the one who is pregnant and who knows the pain of being pregnant in a place where we have no access to C-section, and she knows that it's almost death sentence. And so we needed to just sit down with them and say, look, let's work together, empower them. And I have seen resilience in Burundi, in rural Burundi, a place that is truly off the map today. And I have seen, not just me, my colleagues who are here and others, including the government of Burundi that visited for the first time and came to me and asked me, how do you do that? My response to that question that the president of the country asked was that, Mr. President, when you give the chance, a community, express itself to say we need that and we need to work together, you will see miracles. All these programs are made tragedies, and if we work together with the local communities, grassroots, you will see change quite rapidly. And that's what we are seeing at Unity Networks. We believe that working with the community members is actually going to be an example for so many people who think that only the top is the solution. It's the synergy, work with everyone. And that's what I see, and I think we can really change a lot of programs that we see in the world. And,
Dale, I so much agree with you, because even we're seeing what's exciting is that as people are learning their human rights, they're learning the right to be elected in office. And I was so excited because just recently I went to visit some of our communities in eastern Senegal and found that in this region where we had done 55 villages, 63 Tostan participants had been elected to the rural council that makes lots of the decisions in the area, and 41 of them were women. And when I asked them, why did you decide to run? They said, we didn't know we even had the right to run. We didn't even know we had the right to vote. We were told who to vote for by the village chief, and now we know. And we're running on a human rights platform. We want services and health. We demand accountability. And this was what was very interesting to me. They said, we're paying our taxes now. And because we're paying our taxes, we know that we can ask for these services. And that was really exciting to me. This was just recently when I realized, wow, people are being elected. And they are going to make the changes. So I so agree with you. There's going to be a groundswell from the grassroots. And I think that will make the change in Africa. When they are educated, they know their human rights, they know the responsibilities, they're participating, and they're being elected and making change that I think will go all the way up to the national level.
Their words are absolutely, I want to have a few to answer the questions, because your words are absolutely like their words are absolutely like what you hear on the continent. Africa has put up a platform which says Africa Rising, and in that platform, a lot of the human rights groups and others are saying we want to be able to speak for ourselves. That's what you have been able to say. People want to speak for themselves, and I like what I hear, because it's been proven over and over for the 30 years that the Global Fund has funded women's groups by trusting them and trusting that they are the ones who will bring changes to themselves. So I want to give you opportunity to ask some questions that you might have.
I have one here.
Have anybody up there?
I'll take three at a time.
One.
3 questions at a time.
We'll go there second.
So, it's a real moment. Clearly, you're all up here and you're getting lots of visibility and you're doing amazing things. And the question I have for you is, I mean, Molly, you said 40 years. That's a long time to be doing something.
I went when I was 5.
And
You are laughing.
talked about how many years, and maybe you've talked about the scale, the small scale, and how to make it large. So in the darkest moments,